This video will cover what we did in class on Wednesday, September 23rd and Thursday, September 24th for language arts. So we look at the agenda, we see that today we're going to learn how to write a detailed email, one that will be helpful to the person reading the email so that they'll know how to respond. So we started class by reviewing the 6 traits of writing quiz, which everyone should have done, and we went over the answers for that. Our second learning activity was a presentation on email etiquette. And then the third learning activity we will do is email etiquette practice. We're doing that in breakout rooms. So let's take a look first at the presentation. Okay, so email etiquette. Email and electronic communication is part of our lives, obviously. And you're using it now to probably contact teachers, and in the future you'll use it in your jobs most likely, and so you can't really get away from email. And emails you send may say more about you than you wish to share, so we're going to look at some of that, and then maintaining proper email etiquette will help your message get across effectively and professionally. All right, so what exactly is email etiquette? It's an established set of guidelines and expectations for how people should communicate electronically. So we brainstormed some instances when you would need to email your teacher or superior. That would be like when you have a job, your boss, and some of the things you might have come up with. Would be to ask about an assignment, to request further clarification about something covered in class, to question a grade, or ask for some kind of unique circumstances for maybe an extension on an assignment, and letter of recommendation, something you won't need necessarily now in 7th grade, but in the future you might. All right, what should students do when electronically communicating with a teacher or superior? So we discussed that, and some of the things that you might have come up with would be to include your full name, give the email a subject title, be polite and professional, and use formal language. What should students not do when electronically communicating with a teacher or superior? You might have brainstormed using slang or informal language, assuming the teacher knows the email is from you. You know, as teachers, we only see some of the letters of your last name and then a bunch of numbers, and we can't always identify who's actually sending us the email. And we also have, over 125 different students. You don't want to be aggressive or defensive, and you don't want to make demands without offering justification. So as far as formatting go, first impressions matter, and proper formatting will give your email a good first impression. So you want your email to always include a subject, salutation, body, closing, and signature. And the subject should be direct and clear. So you don't just want to put assignment. You want to put the name of the assignment so that it's very specific. A salutation is an opening or greeting. So you could just say, "Dear," whoever you're writing to. The body should be very specific as to what you're needing or the point you're trying to get across. And those are some examples. Formatting, you want to have a closing where you can use sincerely, regards, I look forward to your reply. And then you want to have your signature, which is your name. And since your email is already, as far as school goes, easily to reply to, you can just put your name, and you should also probably put your period that you have for that class. So here's an example. We looked at this, has all the parts we just talked about. And then we looked at some poor examples, and we looked and saw, okay, so what's missing? And you can see in the yellow box what's missing. And then another example, again, you can see what is missing and needs to be fixed. Okay, so then what we did is we went back to our agenda, and then we got into breakout rooms, and everyone completed this email etiquette where you were giving an email and then you had to revise it and make it better. And there were 3 of them. We did as groups, and then we came back together and kind of discussed what everyone came up with. And that should get you ready for what we're going to do next time in language arts, which is an assignment that you'll complete on your own this time, where you revise an email that is missing many components. That should be in an email. And then lastly, the to-do or homework is that third vocabulary activity with the words terrain, gap, secluded, and provisions, which is due Friday this week.